Hey traders, what's going on? Jamie Setley here. It is September 8th, 2020, and we are going to look at the British pound today against the US dollar. You may have heard that there's all this stuff in the news about there being a hard Brexit again. Then there was before that we had a soft Brexit, we had a scrambled Brexit, Brexit over easy, whatever. Okay, we're going to look at the levels and see if we can come up with some prices, aka levels, to trade. All right, so first of all, last week's high, okay, was 134.83. That was, a hair away from the massive 135 level, which by the way was the 2009 low, Jan 2009. It's also where price settled post the Brexit vote in 2016, June 2016, the referendum. You kind of consolidated under that level before we had another dump on the downside. Okay, and what's happening here? Here we go. Fix that. Okay, and we also had, quite simply, sorry, I'm just fixing these levels right here, right now, but whatever, I'm not going to worry about it. We also had big resistance there actually in December, okay, which again was on another Brexit news thing, if you're kind of getting my gist. So where from here? Well, if I zoom in, this is a daily chart. You can see this is the fork, or a fork, that we've been following for a while here, from the September 2019 low. So just, draw your pitchfork in September 2019, high from December 2019, low from March, right? This is literally textbook pitchfork stuff. We rallied, we tagged the center line, we pulled back to the 25 line, we rallied, just about tagged the center line again, pulled back to that same line, we rallied, we went, consolidation for quite a while, really for almost all of July on the center line, and then we broke higher, okay? Now, what we've had here is a complete failure. So the market has failed to sustain its gains above the center line. Well, what you look for then is, if you go back to the center line, you look for this to provide resistance. And it's going to be, if we get back there over the next day or two, it's like 131.10, 131.20. That's, if we got that shot, that's where, you would be looking, or I would be looking to place short orders, okay? We don't know if that's going to happen. However, we do know that that line has been resistance, resistance, and then support for quite a period of time, right? So there's your concept of polarity, if you will, or guideline of polarity, which is that, former support tends to provide resistance and vice versa. That's true on a horizontal basis as well as on a parallel basis, such as median line analysis, right? Or just simple trend lines, things of that nature. So that's where you're looking at resistance. Now, where might we find possible support? I would keep an eye out. So if you can see this, scroll out, you can see this is the trend line all the way back to the 2014 high, connects to the 2018 high, right? Now that's just 2 points. However, and we did spike through it back in December, but then you saw what happened post that. You had really precise resistance on that very last day of 2019, right? January 31st, as well as March 9th. So that level to me, or that line, has proven itself as something of importance, okay? And if you just look across this chart, you can see the Brexit low in July of 2016 is going to be like 127.90. Let's just call it 128. That level is obviously important, right? I mean, boom, 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 here, 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 and then actually just recently in June, the June high is 28.14. So that gives us two levels to kind of navigate the market around this Brexit news. And that would be essentially 128, and let's call it a little bit above 131, maybe 131.20. Okay, so you've got a nice 300 point zone to work with there, and that's how I'm looking at it, just fairly objectively, right? I know it is subjective the way these lines are drawn in, but there's evidence that they actually are influent or are useful to trade the market. So by the way, if we look at, say, a shorter term chart, if you were to zoom in and look at maybe like a 60-minute chart or something, you would see kind of all the consolidation between, and here, I'll bring that up here just a second. I got to change this. Essentially, very more or less now. We're going to call it 29.40, right? 29.50 to like 29.80, which is where we are right now as I speak. And that zone right here, right, might be where you get a little bit of a bounce back up to that 31.20 area before you look to take it lower again. Okay? So that is my quick and dirty on the British pound. And if you're trading this around Brexit headlines and whatnot, good luck. I personally, I'm just looking to trade these levels because they have been, frankly, very precise and quite useful. All right, so that's it. Again, Jamie Setley here talking about British pound today on September 8th, 2020. Good luck.